Parents, guardians, all stakeholders of Uitenhage High School, good afternoon, goedemiddag. Ik vertrouw u gaan goed aan, u en uw geliefdes. Ouers, ons is bijzonder dankbaar dat ons terug is bij die school, bij die aanvang van die derde kwartaal. Dat is net Gods genade. Terwijl ons blij is om ons kinders terug te hebben bij die school, besef ons dat die werk wat tot nou toe ingezet is, nog niks is in vergelijking met dit wat ons verder moet inzet nie. So ek hoop dat u, as een van die 3 bene van die pot, gereed is om saam met ons, u kinders te lei na hoë hoogtes. Ek wil u alles in die beste toewens. Dit is nie maklik om 'n ouer te wees nie, maar dit is u Gods gegewe verantwoordelikheid, sodat u dan vir daai kind die beste ouer kan wees, sodat ons die beste onderwyser sal poog om te wees vir hulle. Parents, wishing you well for the term that lies ahead. Of course, it's going to demand cooperation, that you and I work together so that we may guide our child to new heights. Difficult times outside, and we need to ensure that these times that we make them count. We are in the midst of a COVID-19 pandemic, a virus that has caused so much hardship, heartache, and loss to many of us, our families, our friends, our colleagues. And this must not be in vain. It cannot be in vain. Therefore, I would also like to express my sincere condolences to those instances where you have lost loved ones. Please know that we continue to pray for one another. So COVID-19 is still with us, and therefore I'd like to urge all of you to please stay safe. Make sure that we wear our masks, that we maintain our social distance, and that we sanitize regularly. We will get through this, you and I, through the grace of God, and it is essential that we don't lose hope. Now, in connection with our school and activities, events planned for this term, allow me to focus firstly on the academic work. Please ensure that you have received and studied carefully your term 2 report for your child. Ouers dat hulle het eksamens afgelê, take gedoen, en u moet weet wat die uitslag daarvan was. So maak dis tyd om saam met hulle die rapport noukeurig te bestudeer. There are subjects where they would have performed particularly well, but there are also subjects where they might have struggled. Please contact the school at your earliest convenience so that you can make time to share with us your concerns, but that we see to what extent we are able to guide our child through this process of teaching and learning. So many of our learners performed at an exceptional level, scoring level 7s in many of their subjects, if not most. But there are also learners who we are very concerned about. Learners who have definitely not performed at their optimal level. And as such, we need to ensure that we get the best out of our kids. Ouers, laat ons kinders aanmoedig thuis om wanneer hulle smiddag thuis kom, dat hulle 'n bietjie ontspan, maar dat hulle aandag toewy aan hulle studies. Seker maak dat hulle verstaan die dag se werk. En dat selfs die tyd wat hulle by die huis is, graad 8 tot 11, want met die nuwe rooster kom hulle elke tweede dag skool toe. Maar die dag wat hulle tuis is nie 'n vakansiedag nie. Hulle moet dus ouers elke dag werk. Working every day means that you prepare for that which awaits. God willing, we still have 2 exam sessions lying ahead. That is for the 3rd term, and then of course the all-important final term. But that doesn't start then, it starts now. It would have started already. Ouers, kom ons maak dis seker dat wanneer my kind sê daar is nie werk nie, dat hy of sy wel die werk ken en verstaan wat nou al in die boeke is. So kom ons maak seker dat ons kinders die take, die toetse, die projekte wat hulle ontvang, dat hulle dit doen na die beste van hulle vermoë. We speak of school-based assessment, and this is what we know from the olden days as the year mark. We don't know what awaits at the end of the year. Our child could fall ill and therefore not be able to write exams. And therefore the marks accumulated during the course of the year, that will be the mark that the child will receive in the absence of being able to sit for the final exams. So SPA, very, very important. But in order to do so, regular school attendance, of course, is a prerequisite. So die kind is by die skool, die kind werk elke dag en die kind se toewyding lei tot suksesse. So nou ouers moet ons seker maak dat alle take, alle projekte betyds ingehandig word sodat die kind nie benadeel word nie. Dit is Augustus die 3de vandag en binnekort begin ons kinders met die September eksamen. We cannot wait for the night before. We must start with that preparation now. Then in terms, parents, of discipline, a major part of any school, the success of its academic program, of course, that hinges on discipline. Discipline from teachers, learners, and even you as parents. So here at school, of course, we want to maintain the highest levels of discipline to ensure that your child is safe, that your child is happy, and indeed that your child becomes successful. So dinge soos betydswees, stiptelikheid, dinge soos om elke dag te werk, klaswerk te doen, tuiswerk te doen. Dinge soos om seker te maak dat hy kind sy of haar volle uniform aansit, dat daai aspekte ouers moet ons seker maak dat ons nie faal wat dit betref nie. Want dit is maar die begin, dit is nou nog nie eens die poging om die jaar suksesvol akademies af te sluit nie. Maar daai hoekstene kan daartoe lei dat ons inderdaad 'n suksesvolle akademiese jaar het. Onthou, die doel is om elke kind, dit wil sê 100% van ons kinders, suksesvol deur die jaar te sien. Maar dit kan net gebeur wanneer daar goeie dissipline gehandhaaf word. So kom ons ondersteun mekaar om te verseker dat my kind ten alle tye gedissiplineerd is. Dat ek gesels wanneer daar moontlike struikelblokke is en dat ons op 'n vroeë stadium juis die pad vir ons kindertjies gelyk maak deur as ouers en onderwysers goed saam te werk. So discipline is non-negotiable. A school functions well when there is good discipline. And we pride ourselves on our discipline, things such as hairstyles. We've spoken on that issues already. The compulsory blazer. If there are issues there, please, you are free to come speak with me as a parent. But those are the cornerstones of what we want to achieve here at Uitenhage High School. Ouers ten opsigte van ons personeel, natuurlijk ook vanweer COVID, het ons taamlike skade gehad, taamlike afwesigheid van onderwysers gehad, maar ons poog om ten alle tye op te vang met die werk wat gedoen moet word. So onderwysers reël dus vir addisionele klasse en dit is noodsaaklik dat u kind sulks klasse sou bywoon. Onderwysers, nes u is mense en het persoonlike lewens en baie van hulle het ook deur baie trauma gegaan. So ek vra dat u ook bid vir al ons personeel, nie net ons doserende personeel nie, maar ook ons administratiewe en ondersteuningspersoneel. Hulle het definitief u gebed nodig. Teachers, parents, stakeholders, in connection with finances. Now, our school, of course, is a fee-paying school, but all schools, including fee-paying schools, they have had their budgets cut by our department. In other words, the amount paid per learner is much less than previously announced. And of course, the COVID has depleted the coffers. So, as a school, we depend largely on our school fees for income. Another appeal to you as parents, please let us ensure that we pay our school fees regularly. Pay off, we understand difficult economic conditions at the moment, but even the 50 rand that you pay off decreases the amount owed for your school fees. So skoolfooie, kom ons skenk aandag daaraan ouers. Dan is bewus dat ons die afgelope tyd klasse moes herstel. sodat ons kon wegbeweeg van die middagskool. Ons is nou in 'n situasie waar ons hy klasse kan gebruik, maar natuurlik het dit 'n groot hap uit ons finansies geneem. So die infrastruktuur van die skool is ons knaand besig om te wil ophef in belang van u kind, en as sulks het ons die loodjie uitgehaal, sodat u ons kan help om weer die koffers aan te vul. This Friday, the 6th of August, we have our raffle door at school. And God willing, if everybody does his or her share, we can in fact make sure that we can again fill our coffers to the extent where we are able to buy books, textbooks, writing books for our kids. Also in that regard, so please, with regards to the raffle booklet, make sure that before Friday you submit, you pay that raffle booklet. It is a compulsory effort, so if not paid now, it will be added to your school fees. Ouers, maak seker dat u kind, soos wat ons al reeds gevra het aan die begin van die jaar, einde verlede jaar, elke kind moet die mense 1 riem papier bring, photocopy paper, as well as 4 toilet papers for the year. Those parents who have done so, thank you so very much. It has helped the school. But if every learner does his or her bit through their parents, then we can cut down on expenses for photocopy paper and toilet paper, which is a major expense for the school. So kom ons maak seker ouers dat ons ook gehoor gee aan dit. Then in other news, we still planning to have an awards evening, God willing, later this year. If COVID persists, then we might go virtual as we are doing now. So kinders moet steeds seker maak dat hulle teen hulle beste presteer, sodat hulle kan ook vergoed aan die einde vir hulle en beloon vir wat hulle gedoen het. So the plan is still to have an awards evening later this year, and we remind you also, parents, of our SGB AGM. This happens on the 31st of August here at school, and of course one of the important activities there would be to determine the school fees for next year. So please ensure that you attend this very important function where you as the parent can decide on the school fees for next year. Ouers, ter afsluiting wil ek die sterkte toewens. Ons is op pad, ons is besig om te oorwin, maar dit gaan ons net ten volle doen wanneer ons saamwerk. So I want to again appeal for cooperation from your side. Give to your child. Let us keep giving so that the investments that we make in our children today, that those investments will bear fruit 10, 15, 20 years from now. Our community needs this. So alles van die beste vir u, maak seker dat u ten alle tye veilig bly. Remember, I am Uitenhage, perseverando vincimus. Thank you.